The design community has rallied in response to the election of Donald Trump. So I took a trip to our nation's capital to meet members of the creative resistance. Among them, Samuel Adaramola. He was your typical freelance designer until he was inspired by the Bernie Sanders campaign. Now post-election, he leads design at Our Revolution, a progressive movement that's carrying Bernie's torch.
So you've basically taken over the design of what is essentially Bernie's campaign after he was no longer running for president.
The revolution doesn't sleep, so we had to kind of, we say this a lot in the org, but we had to build the plane while flying it. And there are things that, we've learned on the go and we've become better for it. I think the climate now is that designers feel that they now have a say in how, I guess, the process of governing, the process of democracy should be. The moral consciousness of designers has been raised since the election, specifically here in DC.
The most famous designers are white men a little older than myself, basically. How is that changing right now?
When design comes from diversity, it's good design because design is empathetic, and you have to be able to put yourself in someone's shoes to kind of make better informed decisions. Diversity in design is good for business. I see the needle moving. Groups feel entitled to challenge the diversity issue, especially here in DC.
Honestly, it just feels necessary for design to diversify, to reach everybody in the country who, campaigners want to reach.
It is necessary, but when you want to diversify design, it has to be genuine. Like, there shouldn't be like any tokenism involved in there. Like, if, organizations and companies focused on really diversifying the product, like, don't just have the bodies, have someone who will speak up, have someone who will be a voice for your organization so that, the diversity is, the richness of diversity is clearly articulated through the work.